Hello everyone, welcome back to our A to Z stock analysis series. Today we are focusing on Suzlon, one of India's top companies in renewable energy. It was founded in 1995 by Tulsi Tanti and Suzlon has been a leader in developing wind energy in India. Suzlon has grown from a small company to a global leader in the renewable energy segment. It is specialized in designing, manufacturing and installation of wind turbine generators. So what does Suzlon actually do? We'll uncover all the aspects, whether they are ready to lead the way in renewable energy segment or their challenges ahead of the company. Stay tuned as we explore all the aspects of the company. So before getting started, let me tell you something. This is our 9th A to Z stock analysis video. Till now we have covered 8 stocks and we have received massive response from viewers and customers. If you are watching this video for the first time, please check out our A to Z stock playlist, and if you find it valuable, please subscribe and support us. Let's start with wind energy solutions. Suzlon's core business lies in providing end-to-end wind energy solutions, from the manufacturing of wind turbines to the execution of wind power projects. The company designs and produces various kinds of WTGs, which stands for wind turbine generators, and that are suitable for various wind speeds. Suzlon's offerings include turbine manufacturing, project development, operations and maintenance services. Suzlon manufactures a wide range of wind turbines with varying capacities starting from 600 kilowatt to multiple megawatt capacities, and they are suitable for various wind speeds and terrains. Suzlon handles the entire life cycle of the wind energy projects, from land identification, land acquisition and engineering to construction and maintenance of wind energy projects. And coming to the operational maintenance activities of the company. After installation, Suzlon provides the long-term operations and maintenance services of the wind energy projects by ensuring maximum efficiency and long life of the projects. Now let's move on to the product portfolio of the company. The company has variety of products in portfolio and they are classified into 3 types. Suzlon S144 3 megawatt series, Suzlon S133 2.62 3 megawatt platform and S120 2.1 megawatt. With the introduction of new 3 megawatt series, Suzlon has yet again redefined the benchmarks with S144, one of the largest wind turbines that will target India's relevant low wind regimes. Coming to the second platform, which is Suzlon introduced the 2.6 to 3 megawatt platform to unlock unvariable sites and deliver improved energy yield sustainable for all wind regimes. And the third one, which is S120, which is a 20 wind turbine generator built on the highly successful 2.1 megawatt platform, is set to improve the ROI of customers. In addition to that, there are other value-added services of the company. First one is Quick Sense. It is a sensor which identifies the wind direction. The wind vane, once deployed, ensures enhanced resolution and accuracy of the wind direction. This leads to better alignment of the wind direction and also increases the AEP. And AEP stands for Annual Energy Production. Second value-added service is SC Trinity. This is Suzlon's in-house developed and user-friendly SCADA application. It enhances the asset performance of the company. Suzlon is not only a key player in India, but also it has presence in various other countries. The company has installed various wind energy projects in other countries like US, Australia, Europe and South America. Despite some financial struggles, the company had grown globally. Suzlon places a strong emphasis on research and development and innovation. It has R&D centers across Germany, Netherlands and India, focusing on improving turbine efficiency, design and technology. Suzlon's technological advancements are aimed at reducing cost of energy and increasing the competitiveness of wind power. So before we talk about the industry, let's understand how wind energy system works. So before that, what is wind energy? Wind energy is the transformation of wind power into electricity. But to utilize the wind, we need to construct the wind farms either on the land or at the sea. And we need numerous wind turbines to generate the wind energy. So we need to understand the process of wind energy system. First, the wind causes the blades of a wind turbines to spin. These blades are shaped to capture the wind energies effectively. As the blade turns, they rotate a shaft connected to a generator inside the turbine. The generator converts mechanical energy from the spinning shaft into electrical energy. The electricity is then sent to a transformer which increases the voltage for transmission over power lines to homes, business and industries. In summary, wind turns the blades turn the generator and the generator creates electricity. And it's a clean and renewable way to produce power. Now let's move on to the industry overview. At COP28 Dubai, the 200 governments agreed to the historical goal to triple the renewable energy capacity. Leaders across the globe demonstrated the ambitious urge to transition away from fossil fuels, limit the global temperature rise, and avert the worst impacts of climate change. 2023 witnessed the rapid expansion of the wind energy projects across the globe. It marked the highest wind capacity installation in a year ever in the history of wind power. In 2023, 116.6 gigawatts of new wind capacity was added worldwide, bringing the total global wind capacity to 1 terawatts. New wind installations were 39 gigawatts higher in 2023 as compared to 2022. Now let's move on to the strengths of the company. First strength, vertical integration. Suzlon's vertical integration is one of its standard strengths, giving the company control over various stages of wind turbine production process. This approach enables Suzlon to streamline operations, maintain better quality control, and reduce overall costs. By owning various components and controlling the entire supply chain, Suzlon can deliver more efficient and cost-effective wind energy solutions. Suzlon produces its own rotor blades, which are a critical component in the wind turbines. Suzlon also manufactures its own towers, which supports the wind turbine system. The company assembles nacelles, which houses the turbine critical components like generator, gearbox, and control systems. By having control over various production processes, Suzlon can offer competitive prices and control the quality of the product. Moving to the second part of the strength, which is transformation of financials. There is an interesting story that took part in the journey of the Suzlon. They were once at a huge burden with debts. The company underwent debt restructuring about 2 times in the last 20 years. Now let's discuss the whole story in a brief manner. Suzlon ventured into the wind market by acquiring Suzlon Energy, a German company, and raised about 14 billion rupees through an IPO in 2006. It raised 14 billion rupees for the expansion of manufacturing facilities in India. It then entered the US markets and Chinese markets by acquiring Hansen Transmissions and Senvion and signed a large contract with Edison Mission Energy. Suzlon acquired Senvion, a German wind turbine manufacturing company, for 1.4 billion euros in 2007 to gain additional technical expertise and also increase its presence in the Europe markets. Suzlon acquired Hansen Transmissions, a Belgian gearbox and drivetrain manufacturer, in 2006 for 465 million euros. Suzlon made this acquisition to integrate the gearbox technology to its wind turbine generators. These acquisitions were funded by debt, leading to the accumulated debt of around 2.4 billion rupees in 2004, and it reached to the peaks of 100 billion rupees in 2008. The global financial crisis of 2008 and changing market dynamics of renewable energy led to the Suzlon's financial crisis. The company's inability to service its debt eventually led to liquidity issues and operational difficulties, causing a default on loan repayments in 2012. Suzlon pursued several restructuring efforts, both with its lenders and government-backed schemes. In 2013, Suzlon entered the corporate debt restructuring mechanism, under which Indian banks allowed the company to restructure its debt. This involved extending loan maturities, lowering interest rates, and allowing more flexibility for Suzlon to service its obligations. As part of this agreement, Suzlon turned its debt into equity, which in turn reduced its debt obligations, but it diluted the shareholder value. One of the most significant moves Suzlon made was selling Senvion SE, its German subsidiary, to a US-based investment firm for 1 billion euros. The sale was aimed at reducing Suzlon's debt and focusing on the Indian subsidiaries. This sale was aimed at reducing debt burden and refocusing the company's core business in India. The proceeds from the sale are used for the repayments of its debt and reducing its liabilities by improving the financial health of the company. In 2019, after further financial difficulties and a default on loan repayments, Suzlon initiated another round of debt restructuring. A consortium of Indian lenders led by the State Bank of India took over Suzlon's debt management to work on a comprehensive restructuring plan. As part of its restructuring plan in 2020, Suzlon raised about 400 crores through rights issue. And also, it raised capital from the existing shareholders to reduce its debt. Through various restructuring efforts, company reduced its debt from 12,000 crores in the past years to 3,000 crores in 2022. This reduction helped the company to ease its interest payments, and now it is focusing on the operational flexibility of the company. The third strength of the company, which is experienced leader. The group has 20 years of experience and also has a record of successful execution of the projects with technical expertise. The fourth strength of the company is large install base. With an installed base of over 14.8 megatons capacity, Suzlon positioned itself as the largest renewable energy company in India. And coming to the fifth point, which is market leader. The company has a significant market share, which is of about 32% of share in the wind energy segment. This significant market share reflects the strong position and as well as the reputation it has in the wind energy segment. And the last strength of the company, which is largest order book. As of June 30, 2024, Suzlon received the largest ever order since 2017. They received an order of 3.8 gigawatts, and it was larger than the order they received in the year 2017 of 3.3 gigawatts. The orders they received are a mix of orders for S144 3.3 gigawatts and S120 459 megawatts. The increase in tariffs around viable levels of 3 rupees per unit provides confidence on step up in wind turbine installation and commissioning. Now let's move on to the risks of the company. First risk, reduced wind potential. Most of the wind turbines in India are being built in the southern part and western part of the India to best capture the wind movements of the Indian summer monsoon. Because the seasonal weather pattern brings heavy rains and winds to the Indian subcontinent. The Indian monsoon is weakening as a result of warming waters in the Indian Ocean, leading to a steady decline in wind generated power. Moving to the second risk of the company, which is the raw material costs. As per the standalone financial statement, the company mentioned that it has spent around 2,852 crores for raw materials, components, and consumer services. About 45 to 50% of the sales go to raw material expenses of the company. The company buys steel, epoxy, and glass fabrics, which often sees the price changes. Any disruption in the supply chain for these raw materials could impact the whole production process of the company, and therefore it will impact the financials of the company in the long run. Now let's move on to the financials of the company. Suzlon's financial performance over the past few years has shown a dramatic turnaround, especially in terms of profitability. From FY18 to FY20, the company experienced a significant decline in sales, dropping from 8,116 crores in FY18 to 2,973 crores in FY20. This period also saw a decline in operating profits margin, hitting a low of minus 29% in FY20, reflecting the financial strain caused by its high debt and operational challenges. However, starting in FY21, Switzerland began to recover, with sales improving to 6,582 crores by FY22 and OPM stabilizing around 16% to 17%. The company's net profit also tells a story of recovery. Though there was a minor setback in FY 2022 with a loss of 177 crore, Suzlon's researching efforts and operational improvements helped it achieve a notable profit of 2,887 crores in FY23. The trailing 12 months figures also look promising, with Suzlon's maintaining profitability signaling a solid recovery trajectory. Now let's move on to the shareholding pattern of the company. Suzlon's shareholder pattern from March 2019 to June 2024 reflects significant shifts in ownership dynamics. Promoter holdings have consistently decreased from 19.82% in FY19 to 13.26% by June 2024, which indicates the dilution over time. In contrast, foreign institutional investors have increased their stake notably, rising from 6.25% in FY19 to a significant 21.53% in June 2024, which reflects the growing confidence from global investors. DAA saw fluctuation, with the stake peaking at 16.54% in FY21, then stabilizing around 9.16% by June 2024. Notably, the number of shareholders surged from 10 lakhs in FY19 to over 41 lakh by June 2024, reflecting the stock's growing retail popularity. Now let's move on to the growth triggers of the company. First growth trigger, which is government support. India ranks 4th in the global wind installations with a 45 gigawatts of wind installation in the onshore as of January 2024. It is the second largest wind market in Asia Pacific region after China, and it is driven by the strong support by the government of India and its vision to make India a developed nation by 2047. And they are promoting this particular sector by various other initiatives. Now we'll discuss the other initiatives which government is doing. National Solar Wind Hybrid Policy 2018. The main object of the policy is to promote a framework for promotion of large grid-connected wind solar PV hybrid system for optimal and efficient utilization of transmission infrastructure and land, reducing the variability in renewable power generation, achieving better grid stability. Under the category of wind solar hybrid power plants, wind turbine generators and solar PV systems will be configured to operate at the same point of grid connection. Moving to the second policy, which is National Offshore Wind Energy Policy. This policy was notified in 2015 with an objective to develop offshore wind energy in the Indian Exclusive Economic Zone along the coastline of 7,600 kilometers. And the second growth trigger is demand for the renewable energy. The government of India's resolve to infuse 50 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity annually until FY28 aligns with the national objective of amassing 500 gigawatts of installed renewable energy capacity by 2030, which includes a robust thrust on wind power, aiming for a minimum of 10 gigawatts capacity addition every year. Till now, we have covered strengths, risks, growth triggers, and also we focused on the financials and the shareholding pattern of the company. But now it is time for us to focus on a particular section which is common throughout all our A to Z stock videos, which is ESG. ESG stands for Environmental Social Governance. So now let's start with the environmental section. Suzlon is working towards reducing the carbon footprint and water footprint per turbine through innovations in turbine and foundation design. Suzlon has developed inbuilt system in order to reduce the bat and bird collisions for the turbine orders. This feature is available upon request, making it ecological friendly. Now let's move on to the social section. As part of its CSR activities, Suzlon decided to address the water needs of the communities in some particular areas. Suzlon collaborated with local NGOs, government authorities, and community members to identify adequate locations for rainwater harvesting structures. And the company also launched a comprehensive program named Zero Dependency to empower and uplift individuals with disabilities in the villages where they were present. Suzlon has also collaborated with various NGOs, disability organizations to promote this kind of initiatives. Now let's move on to the last section of the ESG, which is governance. Disatir, an independent director of Suzlon, resigned due to concerns over the company's corporate governance practices, particularly regarding transparency and communication. In his resignation letter, he cited that he was dissatisfied with the level of openness and transparency in the corporate communications, which did not meet his expectations for governance standards. And there is some another issue which happened recently in the last year. Suzlon Energy stock price has grown tremendously from the last 2 years and it underwent the ASM category. ASM is nothing but additional surveillance measures. In October 2023, the stock underwent stage 4 of the additional surveillance measure framework. SEBI introduced the ASM framework to protect investors and maintain market integrity by controlling sharp price movements. While these measures aim to safeguard investors, it will also reduce the liquidity of the stock, which makes it hard for the investors to buy or sell quickly. This is an important aspect that you should keep in mind while buying any stock that is in the ASM category. And recently the stock came out of the ASM category, which means that the concerns about manipulation or volatility have decreased around this stock. Suzlon is the best example for the turnaround stories and it transformed its financials very positively. And the company is also having a strong order book. But the major concern lies in the valuations of the company. In order to justify its valuation, the company should focus on the financials and at the same time, it should focus on the execution of the workbook. Any delay in the execution of the work order and at the same time irregular payments of the company will completely impact its financials. So investors must focus on the fundamentals of the company before making any investment decisions within the company. So that's a deep dive into our A to Z stock analysis. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, please subscribe and if you like the video, please share this to your friends. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye.